big points for us going with the circumstances of in 2 days we go to Vancouver for a long stretch, 8 days, a bunch of games. So it was important to continue our form at home. I'm proud of the way we did it. There's a lot of adjustments in that lineup. Similar players, but we made some tweaks with the back line and switching up Bossi and Coco. So it was. I think you saw that early. We were a little bit unfamiliar with some of the defensive structure, and they're a tough team to press. And we did it, and we did it in an ineffective way for much of that first 20, 25 minutes. And, they're so good on the ball, and they break you down. The five back is hard to deal with, and they got a lot of chances. And I think halftime helped. Getting into halftime, getting the goal back was important. And I think the adjustment at halftime helped a little bit in getting back to what makes us good, and that's closing out the areas where the center of the park and forcing them wide. We did a better job of shifting them and gave us more time to shift and deal with their overloads. I'm proud we came back. We were down. It's the first comeback win, I think. Is that right? Yeah. So that's great for our our psyche, that we know we can take a punch and move on. Yeah, we gave him the game ball, and we did that because it's not a lot of fun to be on the bench, and we talk about coming in and bringing energy and bringing influence to the game, and he did that. Thor did that in where were we? Dallas. So these guys are really that's a great thing for a team, and it brings him confidence. It's his first goal for the club, and it was an important one. I think he grew into the game early. It was a little bit uncomfortable, but he's got all the qualities that can help him succeed in that position. And with us giving a little bit of a longer leash to Franco Escobar on the other side, he's a real steady influence back there. He's got some fine tuning to do within his game, but when Teenage went down, that's a big blow. A player his caliber, a left-footed center back, and for him to come in here and step in and do a good job for the last 4 or 5 games has been very impressive. And we've pushed him, we've moved him around, we've played him with different people, and he's taken his chance, which is nice. Slowly, he's coming along. It's nice to see. I mean, that's what coaching's about, but one of the joys of coaching is watching these guys develop and every now and then listen to you and put something in there that helps him out as a player. So I thought he was good. He brought energy, brought exactly what he needed as well. Was dangerous. I got to the end line a few times. So he's a nice piece, and he just has to keep growing and understanding the importance of training and each game and focus and all the things that young players need to work on. But he's got a skill set that is very rare. He can float. He's clean with his touches. He's technically sound. He can score right, left. He's a special player. But he's got to figure out some other things to become a week in, week out starter. But he's got a lot of talent. Yeah, we don't. It is. It's nice to be over there and put a little pressure on us to stay there. And even if it's 1 point, you're under it. It's nice to be up there, and we want to keep pushing, and we want to not just live in there. We want to keep going. We know it's difficult, though. We're going to take our lumps. We're still working. We're still figuring some things out here with the group, and but it is nice to go above them now, and that's what it's about. They're a good team. They're a good team. I don't. They were a little tired. They put a lot into that Wednesday game, and I think down the stretch you saw in the second half they got a little winded, and they picked up an injury that forced them into a back four. That helped us, I thought. We haven't seen their best punch, so it'll be interesting to go there in a few weeks. But a roundabout answer, yes, it's nice to be above the playoff line. I hope so. Yeah, I think the players. I think there's some buy-in. I think we're moving in the right direction. We're protecting, this place, and we're winning games here. We're getting results here, which is one of the things we emphasize, and hopefully, within how we're winning is entertaining in a way, and we've got some personalities out there, and I think we're kind of a fun team to watch, and we'd love to see more people in the stands. We'd love to give back some people that used to love this team, 10 years ago or 5 years ago that lost interest. But we got to win. We got to show the product, and win at home, and get people back in. And we have to earn that. I understand that, but hopefully we can, by winning at home and putting these type of performances on. I think if you showed up tonight and watched that game, I think you saw a team that is working very, very hard. They're committed to the team, to each other, the city, and hopefully that brings people back when we play LAFC. It's the next one in like 6 months.
So, Coach, Dynamo is doing well in the season, but in the cup too. So, in some point, as a coach, you have to decide which one is better, like the cup or the regular season.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for it?
Well, the obvious answer is they're both important. Wednesday's important. We go after Wednesday, and then we evaluate the team. Who do we have? Whose minutes are at that threshold where it's a little bit dangerous? So then we make some moves, and then we turn around and go to Chicago, and we see what we have left. So it's hard to go to Chicago right now in my brain. You can map it out, but you go to Vancouver and someone pulls up lame or a suspension, and so every time you evaluate the game afterwards and say, okay, you have an idea of what that looks like, but it never, very, very rarely works out like that. But we're going to have to share minutes, and that's what I talked about. It's great to have Ivan come off the bench and score a goal, and Thor. So all these players are going to now have to chip in and maybe get their start, and that's just an opportunity for them to do well. We've done that in the Cup so far. We've changed teams, big numbers in the Cup, and they've done great. And each Cup game gets a little bit more important, and I think you step on the gas a little bit more, and you push the line up with your best group. But you still have to be smart about this, because you can't overdo guys. Because they're race cars. You can burn them out, and then you're cooked.
Do you feel that you have the team to fight in both?
I feel like we are as deep as we've been up until, since this year, right? Again, Eric, Brad Smith, Chase now, Ivan. If you look at our bench, it's pretty good. It's building. It's building with experience, and Andrew Tarbell. These players are all good pros, and they know what to do. So we're going to have to. You can't. We're going to have to give it a go. So whether or not, we'll see. We'll see. Good.
Coach, Austin started really strong today.
I just told him to go score a goal. No, we were stretched. We were stretched. They are a very difficult team to press. They're so committed to building, and if you don't do it right, and we said it all week, if you don't go and you go at the right speed and the right intensity, they'll break you down. And then when you do that, you're scrambling, and then that's when they have a lot of success. So it was just a matter of, again, we were just stretched all over the field, and they'll just dissect you. They're built to do that. So we, bringing our structure back and remembering what has made us good and defensively sound, and that structure and understanding that we don't give them the middle, we force them outside, and that was better from that point on as we went. It was just a matter of, again, there was a bit of a free for all there defensively from us early, and they took advantage of it.